Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Soulevision, the safe channel to your soul. How have you been doing? How is life treating you? I hope that life is treating you well and being kind to you, and if not, it will soon if you believe it and you ask for it. Okay? Today we're gonna get into Today the topic that's been on my head is isolation. So for the few of you that are watching, I'm gonna ask for you to bear with me as I'm trying to change my approach to how this podcast will go, because it's my first podcast. So it's always a learning curve when you're starting something new. And yes, I've been doing it for a while, but I'm not sure if I like the approach that I've been taking as of late. It's not bad. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. It's not a bad approach, but I feel like things can always be better. I want to tackle it in a way that's like more interesting and less formalities, if that makes sense. Also being more calm and speaking in a calm tone, not yelling and being loud. You might not think I'm being loud, but I don't get loud unless I'm very upset. This is my preferred speaking voice, but a lot of people can't hear me when I'm speaking in this tone, but we have a microphone so you can hear me. So there's no point in me trying to use my abs to speak. So I ask for grace in that, and life has been changing a lot, so grace, cool, thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, so the thing that has been on my mind, also because I have a lot of things that, there was a lot of visions I had for this channel and a lot of topics that I have written down, but I want to format it in a different way to approach it in a different way. I don't know how to explain it. If I can try to explain it, I will. But the thing that resonated, do I need a nap? The thing that resonated with me for this week's episode is isolation. We're going to talk about how isolation is necessary. We're going to also talk about how it is, how we as humans avoid isolation when isolation is a good thing. Okay, so by definition, I'm not going to give you the definition of isolation, but there are seasons in your life, or long seasons, short seasons of your life, where you will or have been feeling like you were isolated. Like, say for instance, you have a group of friends that you used to hang out with, or certain people that you would never see yourself living without, and all of a sudden either your views aren't the same, or you're growing apart because you're going in different avenues in life, or you have disagreements, boundaries cross, whatever it may be. And if it's happening with more than that one person, that one group of friends, family, you will feel like you're alone. You'll feel like you've been isolated. You'll feel like everyone's against you. You feel like the world's unfair. But really, that isolation is necessary for you. The isolation is going to show you exactly who's who, where they are, how they stand in your life. Isolation shows you who's real in your life. It also allows you to not distract yourself with people, because it's easy to distract yourself and be all up in someone else's business without taking care of your own. And I don't know who that was for, but please receive it well. It's easy for us to do that. It's easy for us to immerse ourselves into someone else's life and have them be whatever purpose we feel like they are fulfilling in our life. And sometimes when God sees that you're doing too much in that area, he can take it away. And it's only for a reason. The reason is to show you something, okay? When you feel like you're isolated, don't get angry, don't get upset. Figure out why it is that you're isolating. Eventually, you'll figure out like, okay, first it's gonna suck because nobody wants to feel alienated from a group or, from friends or whatever it may be, especially if you're someone that has always been a people's person. Excuse me. But after a while, you get used to it. Honestly, the song by Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I, granted, she talking about cheating and all that stuff, but in the end, no matter what, it's gonna be you, yourself, and I. You, yourself, and I. It's gonna be you, yourself, and you. I don't know. It's gonna be me, myself, and I. I'll just say that. Regardless of what the situation is, if your friends hurt you, and you don't have a significant other to confide in, it's just you. If your significant other hurt you in any way and you don't have any friends to talk about it with, it's just you. Isolation is a way for you to get to know yourself, figure out the things that, you enjoy, figure out the voids that you need to fill and heal from within. Isolation is a warning sign for something you need to heal. I'll say that. Okay. Now, if you ask anyone that is on a healing journey, no matter how long they've been on it or, how fulfilled they feel, they all have been through a period of isolation. And that period of isolation showed them so much about what's going on within. And it allows you to just live a free and fulfilling life. Okay. So if you are in the stages of feeling isolated, I will say to you, keep it up, keep going. Yes, no one likes feeling like this, but it is for a reason. You have to figure out that reason. Everyone has different things that they were born with. They have to work from, heal from, all of that good stuff, but don't see it as a bad thing. Isolation, for the most part, especially if you are praying for certain things and you're praying to be better and praying to go to certain places of growth in your life, isolation is allowing the people around you to show their true colors. And that's what leads you to whatever outcome it is that leads to, I'm using a lot of words, that leads to you being isolated or feeling alone or apart from those people. It's better, and the reason for it is because if you think about it and you look at it, and if you zoom out of the lens, it's better or easier to weed out snakes before you get to where you need to go. It is a way of protecting you once you get to the places that you need to get to and you want to get to, and the levels of success that you desire, that you don't have to worry about those snakes. Okay? Big up yourself for your growth. And honestly, when you grow, when you're on this journey, this is just really natural because not everyone is going to want to grow with you, and that is fine too. You don't have to force everyone to grow with you because everyone won't, and don't try to force them. We'll talk about that next week. But an error that we as humans go through very often is not wanting to be away from someone or not be as close to someone as, we want to be because, they're this person and you put them on this pedestal where they have been giving you signs. I guess you can call these red flags, and you ignore the red flags because you like them so much. You see potential or whatever it is. Friends, significant others, family members, doesn't matter who it is. You have neglected to set boundaries because you want them to be in your lives when this is supposed to be a time of isolation. You do not have to put up with anything you don't want to put up with. Now I know that a lot of people do decide that if they see potential in someone, they decide to try to work with it. But I need us to raise our standards a little bit, because I don't see the reason in putting up with several red flags. No, nobody's perfect. No one will ever be perfect. But if you have to think of a way to build this person up in order to be the person you need them to be, red flag, isolation. I feel like in relationships, a lot of people are forcing themselves into relationships that they don't need to be in, and staying in relationships they don't need to be in, and even friendships, or being in contact with family members that they shouldn't be in contact with. Because where was I going? I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people would be better off single. As far as dating, I feel like a lot of people will be better off single. I think this because being single, now this is not me speaking from experience, because I didn't really force a relationship. The relationship and love and marriage came to me. So I can't say from my personal experience, but I can say from outlook on life and the people that are around me that it's better for you to be single versus trying to cling on to anybody just to say you have a relationship. Because all you're doing is causing more trauma, more damage, or whatever it is that you're going through. A lot of people have this need to just be around people or have people in their lives, whether it's to use them or to just to have someone to talk to or whatever it is. A lot of people have this need to be with someone, and those are the ones that need isolation the most. A lot of people are scared to be by themselves, and they're the ones that need to be by themselves the most. You gotta face, whatever demons are in that closet. It's gonna be scary, but you have to do it if you want to get better. So I say to you, if you are in a situation with people that y'all are bumping heads a lot, and there's a lot of friendship red flags, relationship red flags, coworker red flags, family red flags, whatever it is, people are people, okay? I encourage you to go into a season of isolation, a season of not trying to be there for everybody, a season of not trying to fix everybody's problems, a season of holding your boundaries and keeping them there, a season of being able to speak your opinion to people and not feel a way about it, because the hidden emotions, the hidden feelings, that's not it, because that's you kind of dimming your light to appease to someone else. And we don't like that either, because that's not part of our journey, is it? No one on their journey ever wants to go backwards. No one ever says, I want to appease everyone else around me. Most of us are trying to get out of that because we're there. Okay. So I think this message was for you. Isolation. It is crucial to your healing journey. The love of self, the love within, getting to know the God or goddess within is the greatest superpower you'll ever have in your whole entire life. And once you do that, even also in isolation, you are able to process not only your traumas and, the things that you need to work on, but you can process those relationships and see like where the cracks really are. If you're tripping, if you're not tripping, you have time to think. Allow yourself time to think. Do not cloud your brain or your day or your schedule jam-packed with things so that you don't have to think about the things that, haunt you at night or the things that bother you. That is not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to be burnt out. Isolation. You don't have to put up with anything you don't want to. So for some people, isolation is really, them feeling alienated out of the group. So like they got kicked out of group, or, people stop having contact with them. So that's totally 100% different. But speak your mind, boundaries, and isolation. It's necessary. It's key. Embrace it. Okay. And I think that is all I have for you guys today. I really want to thank you for pulling up to the podcast. This episode is very short because it's very short. I didn't do affirmations. Today I just wanted to get to the nitty gritty because I felt like someone needed that nitty gritty. Okay? Isolation. Nothing is worse than being dependent on someone and then you're in a situation where you're going through things alone because of that someone. Okay? The harsh reality that I've learned, though, is literally, like I said, it's always you. You're going to be the only person, no matter how many people around you love you and, they care for you. But you're going to be the only one sleeping with yourself at night, and you're going to bed with your own thoughts. So you, yourself, and Yah. Okay? I hope that y'all have an amazing day, week, weekend, month, year. If this is my last time hearing from you. I hope that life is great or decides to go great for you. I hope that all the things that you want come true. All your dreams come true. I hope you always have more than you need. I hope you have, I don't know. I hope that you become a magnet to success and opportunity. I wish great things for you, and I hope you have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.